Do you want to start quick mixing? If so, you clicked on the right video. What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today's video is all about quick mixing. So I've mentioned quick mixing in a couple other videos just basically as a tip, but I never really dove deep into it, and I got a lot of requests to do so. So here it is, people. 6 tips that'll help you quick mix. I was gonna say faster, but I guess just quick. 6 tips that'll just help you quick mix. Now, if you don't know what quick mixing is, it is the alternative to long mixing or playing the entire song, right? So when you're mixing, particularly in a dance set, right? People are dancing in front of you. Instead of playing the entire song and then fading in the next one, mixing out early and basically just playing the best parts of every song. Quick mixing is highly effective, especially in this day and age where we have short attention spans and, most people only know certain parts of the song because maybe it was on a TikTok, maybe it was just like used in this one little commercial, but it was only that part and they don't know the rest of the song. So like they know the one part, they recognize it, they love it, but then it gets into like the rest of the song that wasn't used in popular culture and they don't know it and then they leave and they go get a drink or go take a shit, right? Now the common clapback for this is that,
oh, you don't understand where I'm from, they want to hear the whole song, they're not used to quick mixing, yada yada yada. You don't play the whole song, people get mad at you, they want to hear the whole thing.
And there's exceptions. There are songs where people want to hear the entire thing, okay? I get that. But generally speaking, you should be quick mixing. I don't care where you live, I don't care what your market is. People don't listen to entire records anymore. They just don't. For the most part, they do not listen to the entire song anymore. They listen to their favorite parts of it and then they skip. They hit the skip button, okay? Back in the day when all you had was vinyl and records, there was no skip button. You had to like move the needle and all that. No one did that. They just listened to it all the way through. You know the whole songs. It's different. That's why quick mixing is so effective, because just like how you can hit the skip button in your car or the skip button on your Apple Music, like that's what people do. It's just too easy now. So people consume parts of music rather than whole albums. And of course there's exceptions, but generally speaking, this is the case because of technology. As a result, it's super common for an average person to say,
oh my God, I love this song. This is the greatest song ever.
But they only know the first verse and the chorus part. They don't know anything else. They haven't listened to the entire song. Like, that's a common thing, especially with the younger people. You're just gonna have to swallow it. It's not 1985 anymore, okay? Times are a-changin'. But anyway, I'm not gonna harp on that too long, because obviously if you clicked on the video, I think you value learning quick mixing and doing it. So let's get into the tips, people. Tip number 1, you have to master transitions. Mastering beat mixing, beat matching, just transitioning between 2 songs, you have to master that. That's a prerequisite. You have to be really good at being able to just mix out on the fly, real quick, staying in time, keeping everybody's 2-step. You have to master that. You have to practice, 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 because quick mixing has to be done quick. Now, on top of that, you also need to master phrasing. Phrasing has to do with when you mix out of the song. And the general concept is you don't mix out of the song in the middle of a verse or a chorus. You wait till like one section of the song is over before you mix out. Because just like breaking someone's 2-step, you don't want to break their singing. If they're singing a chorus, we're halfway there, and then you mix out, it's like, yo, I was singing that. Like, you cut me off. Well, what are you doing? You want to wait to the end of the chorus. That way everyone's done singing, right? It's not awkward. And then you transition to the next song. Okay, that's going to keep it smooth. It's the same if you're talking to somebody and someone interrupts you in the middle of a sentence, right? And you didn't even get your full sentence out. You didn't even get the thought out. You were just in the middle of a sentence, someone interrupts you. That's kind of rude, right? Wouldn't you say it's rude? Wouldn't you get a little pissed off if you were talking to somebody and someone just interrupted you? Of course you would. It's a rude thing, and it's just like an unnatural, it just throws you off. It's the same thing with phrasing when you're mixing music. You don't want to interrupt people while they're singing, because they're gonna look at you like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I actually suspect that like a lot of the DJs that say, oh, you can't quick mix, people yell at you, I suspect that your phrasing's off. You're probably just mixing in the middle of a verse or in the middle of a chorus, and then yeah, of course people are gonna yell at you because they're just singing that. It's like, oh wow, see, I knew I shouldn't have quick mixed. Nick was wrong, that asshole. It's all about getting the phrasing correctly. So number 1 and number 2 is mixing and phrasing. Master that shit. Practice, practice, practice. So you can do it with your eyes closed, you understand it fully, and you are good to go. And then now you are ready to tackle the art of quick mixing. Tip number 3 is know your music. Know your music inside and out, right? Know a song before you play it. What are the best parts of this song? What are people gonna know? Do they know the whole song? Should I leave it on, right? Is it a Paradise by Dashboard Light? Is it a Shout? Or is it Ice Ice Baby, everyone knows the first verse, and after that, nobody knows the second verse? Get the fuck out of it, right? Just get out, just get out. Why are you gonna play the second verse, which is twice as long and boring, so everyone just goes and gets a drink? Know your music. Know what you can get away with quick mixing and what you can't. And if you're not sure, then you gotta do some experimenting. You know, it's a part of our job. You play the song, you kind of have, try and have like a good idea of like what I think would work. And if it doesn't work, if you mix out a little too early and like, oh, you missed that one verse, make a note of it. Don't do it again. That's how we all learn. But generally speaking, know your music. You'll know what parts work best and whatnot like that, and when you can mix out. There's certain songs where I just play the chorus. And that's it. For example, last night I played I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. And I just can't, you know what I'm talking about, right? Well, I just played the chorus because the tonight, that whole verse thing, nobody really knows it. I mean, the older people do, but it's just not like as hype. Like the I'm So Excited is like the best part. It's used in commercials. It's used in like pop culture. It was in that one Saved by the Bell episode.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
So people know it. People know the chorus. So I legit played the chorus, and I already had, before I even played that, I already knew what I was gonna play next, right? Because you gotta plan ahead, you're mixing quick, and I was right out of there right after the chorus. So it was a fun little snippet of I'm So Excited. They got a taste of it, and we kept it moving. Tip number 4 is set your cue points. I did a whole video on this. I'm not gonna go over how I set my cue points because I already made a video on it, so definitely check that out. But having your cue points set ahead of time is super clutch because when you're mixing quick, maybe you only need 4-bar intro or a 2-bar intro, maybe you missed it and it's going really fast, blah, blah, blah. If you're just playing a chorus only, right, just like the I'm So Excited, then you have to use a 4-bar intro because you're gonna mix halfway through the chorus. Like you can't start this song and play, it's gonna be so hard, to start it and then start the next song right at the beginning of the chorus, so you get the 8-bar intro. So you're gonna need a shorter intro. So you have to make cue points around this. I go over everything in that video, so make sure you check that out and set your shit ahead of time. Tip number 5, download some short edits. This is especially great if you're starting out with quick mixing and whatnot. Short edits are essentially short edits. They're like a regular song, but it might only have 1 chorus, or it might just have 2 choruses, 2 verses, or whatever. It's just shortened. It's not the entire thing. It's straight to the point. These DJs that make these edits, they typically just use the best parts of each song for the edits, and then you just keep it moving. So it makes it easier. It's a little less thinking. There's always intros and outros, or maybe even acapella outs and stuff. There's a lot of cool, really creative edits out there that you can use. And at the very least, if you're just starting out and you're a good mixer, but you're starting out with the whole quick mixing thing, switch over to a lot of short edits, and that'll give you a really good idea, and it's kind of easier to jump into things with them, in my opinion. And finally, tip number 6 is practice. I mentioned it earlier, but it's so true. Just practice all of it, okay? Practice your mixing, practice your phrasing, and practice quick mixing in general. Take the sets that you typically play at weddings or anywhere else and figure out where you can make them shorter, right? Figure out where, what parts of the songs where you let it go and it's like, all right, it does get boring there. All right, people really don't react great to that part of the song, you know what I mean? And figure out how to quick mix it and then practice it ahead of time. Practice your sets just chilling in your office or in your living room or whatever. Practice, practice, practice. When I mix people, I'm all about the ooze. Ooze are delicious. It's what I live on. It fuels me. When you play a song and the song comes on and the whole crowd goes, whoa! That is a new ooh. That is what fuels me as a DJ. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. I wish I could just make a sandwich out of it. It's just the most amazing thing in the world to get ooze out of the crowd, right? And quick mixing helps you get as many ooze as possible. I think the more ooze, the better. If your whole set is full with ooze, they're gonna think you're the greatest DJ of all time by default. And if you're quick mixing, you have way more opportunity to get ooze because you're mixing different songs. If you just play 30 songs all night during your whole dance set because you're playing them back to back, how many ooze can you really get? I mean, by the time you play the next song, they're already bored out of their mind, so you're lucky to get an ooh out of them. They've been 2-stepping to the same beat for 6 minutes, extended mix, tired, but dancing because they feel bad for the couple. You gotta keep them guessing. You gotta keep it moving. I realize I'm speaking like a million miles an hour about this, but I really do feel passionate about it. Like, I really think this is something that like a large majority of DJs miss out on, especially wedding DJs. You know who you are. You know if you play the whole song of every damn song, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to really, really crush your weddings. And more DJs are doing it every day, so eventually you're gonna become obsolete. Your style is gonna become obsolete. It really already is in most areas, but generally speaking, it's gonna be obsolete everywhere very soon. So listen to me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You'll thank me later, people. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, hit the like button for my algorithms. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified. I'm posting content all the damn time, people. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.